Please welcome Mike Lynds.
So I'm going to move into a couple exercises here that I haven't touched on yet. So everyone does a one arm row basically, but this is a double arm row off an incline bench. So basically it's kind of like a low row or low row hammer strength or plate loaded machine angle. So you're going down, kind of going up high. I'm nearing the end of my sets here, so it is a little heavy for me right now, but I'll lighten it up after this set, and I'll show you like proper technique and stuff like that. The big thing is put your body weight up against the bench, and when you come up, you're lifting your sternum and everything up, and it's more on elbow drive. You're just thinking elbow drive. You don't got to worry about where the dumbbells end. It's just you're driving the elbow back and you're getting that scapular or shoulder blade squeeze and back. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I've lightened it up so I can kind of talk you through as I'm going through the set. So I'll get into it and then I'll kind of talk you through how to perform, what you're thinking about, kind of cues to go through this exercise. So. All right. So I lean over the bench with my shoulders right at the very top, so I can kind of get that rounding of the back, where my spine is stabilized by the back of the seat. I have no fear of really torquing my torso or doing a swing because I can't. So having this full stretch is really an assist to the full range. So as I'm starting, I'm just letting the dumbbell hang. I'm finding that stretch point. So I'm memorizing this is what I need to feel at the end of every rep. So this is my stretch point. And now all I'm thinking is I'm driving my elbow back. So it's on an angle that's going up, but kind of mid-range to the back. So I'm driving it up. And as you see, when I drive up, my sternum does come up with it. So I'm getting full flexion with every rep. So drive, flex, drive, flex. And I'm not using my spinal erectors or my lower back to bring my sternum up. All I'm doing is thinking elbow drive and shoulder blades. That's it. My easy analogy is if you're saying that your chest does not need to come up here, what you're telling me is you're doing a partial. You're not doing full range. So it's the same as a chest. To do a proper chest, to flex it, you need to pop your sternum up. So same with back. To get full range of motion, when your elbow goes back, you have to bring your chest up to get that shoulder blade all the way back, to get it. So if I just stand here seated normal, and I don't, you can physically see myself in the mirror there. So if I'm here and I don't, I'm stopping there. Like I can try to drive that back farther, but I'm not getting full flexion. So that 2 inches is 2 inches more on the range, 2 inches more on the flex point, 2 inches more that you're putting tension on the muscle. So if you do that over months and months and months and years of training and you're stopping short, I've used this analogy before. If you're negative of your bicep and you always stop here, your bicep's gonna get used to that length. And that's why you see big guys walking around with their elbows bent like this all the time. Because they're doing probably a good amount of weight, but they're not doing the full range of motion. So they have no flexibility in that muscle whatsoever. So unfortunately, their elasticity and their flexibility in that muscle is shortened. So now the muscle is permanently short. And the only way to do that is you're gonna have to retrain the muscle, go to massage therapy, go start stretching, all that stuff, but it's gonna be painful. And you might put added stress on the tendon and you might eventually tear something. So the whole point of full range of motion is training the muscle for the full range, making it more elasticity, making it more pliable, flexible, and then you're gonna get a bigger muscle. It's self-explanatory. Same as a balloon. You stretch out a balloon to make sure you can get more air in it. So if you didn't stretch out that balloon, you just instead of blowing in like a bicycle tire without blowing it up, you can't physically blow it up to full mass. It's impossible. So you have to apply it, make it pliable, and then you can put more air in. Muscle's the same thing. I don't understand why people think it's so complex when it's really not. It's a pliable tissue. You have to make it more pliable to make it grow. So think about it the next time when you're trying to do full range and you stop short. Basically, you're making your muscle not as pliable, not as flexible as it should be. So this is another one of those exercises where a lot of people use lean back, or what I call torso swinging, to get the movement. Like, it's all momentum. Realistically, you're not lifting the weight you're lifting. You're using your body weight and momentum to kind of get it moving, and then you're really only doing a quarter or a third of the exercise. So yes, I do believe you should kind of lean in and get a stretch, but there's a limit to your lean. So I'm just using a variation of the grip. So I'm using an underhand. So what I mean lean in, but my chest is still up and I'm feeling a stretch right across my back. When I come back, it's all one motion. So I'm bringing it back and I'm pulling into here. But I'm stopping, if you look in the mirror, I'm stopping at upright. And it's just pulling everything in to mid-belly. I'm driving my elbows back, squeezing my back. So I'm not doing this, what you see most people do. Because in doing that, all you're doing is using your body weight. Like, I didn't feel anything of that weight at all. You know, those torso swings I just did. If I was doing it my way, I'd be getting to the point to failure. So I'm just doing, it's all tension from start to finish. So think about what you're doing before you do it. Don't worry about how much weight you're using. You're not going to build the muscle with torso swinging because you're not utilizing the muscle for anything but really 30% of the movement. So take your time, build your strength. Like I said before, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So slow, progressive, build your strength up. Do as much as you can without breaking your form. So it's like a double-edged sword. Your form and the weight are two on the same sword. If one breaks off, you're not getting the best out of it. So you got to hit everything exact. So on your back day, think about your grips. So most people, when they do like a pull down, they usually go neutral or overhand or pronated. So if you're doing pronated on one, go to a neutral on another one. Usually, most of the time you do a one arm row, you're doing a neutral. And then you might do a narrow grip pull down or a narrow grip seated. Then you might do another one arm row somewhere where you're ending in the underhand grip. Most of the stuff I did today, I started with diverging lat pull down, which we showed you in a previous video, but I did it on a pronated grip. So I did it on overhand, and then you guys saw the leaning over the bench with the double dumbbells. That was the neutral grip, so stand in the neutral. And then I did the Meadows row variation with the T-bar machine. So that was a pronated because it was on the end of the bar. And then we did the straight arm pull downs into the stretchers. Both of those really weren't a grip. I was just using my wrist without gripping. But obviously it was a pronated and then basically a neutral, and I'm ending with an underhand. So all the grips were hit today. So you're hitting all the angles of the back. Again, with doing up rows, neutral rows, and low rows. So try hit every angle when you're doing a back, because there is more than one muscle in the back. It's a very simplistic way to think. So try all that stuff next to your back day.